What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video with ScooterPie666 and onmyoji. Today, we are going to talk about orbs and everything you need to know about orbs. This is mostly a beginner video, although if you already feel like you know everything you need to know about orbs, you can still watch anyway. That's right. Okay, so what are orbs? Orbs are at the bottom of the screen right here, right? Right now I have 8 orbs. Orbs are what you need to use your skills. Your first skill always costs 0. Right here, you can see at the bottom it says 0. Most of the time, your main skill or your super skill costs 3. And then a lot of monsters have a passive that doesn't cost anything also. Some monsters have an additional skill that will cost 2. Some monsters' main skill only costs 2, but for the most part, the main skill costs 3 orbs. So you can see right now I have this main skill selected, and right down here, there are 3 orbs highlighted. Those are the 3 orbs that will disappear if I use this skill. Right? And here this skill costs 2 if I use it. Exactly. Now, Shikigami here has a skill that's going to give me orbs and trade off for hit points. So now I just got 3 orbs back. Your onmyoji typically doesn't cost any orbs. So, what it all boils down to is orbs are really important. You need orbs in order to have a successful team. If you don't have a good supply of orbs, you're not going to be able to use your skills and you're not going to win the game. Right? Right. Alright, so let's just put this on auto and finish this mess off. And then we'll go talk about sources of orbs. So I think it's 5 turns, you get right around between 3 and 5 orbs. Alright, first of all, there's a few Shikigamis that have abilities that give orbs. So let's go look at that first. So, most people know Zashiki, right? But, okay, we're going to start at the very bottom and go through this. Because not many people know this, but there is actually an N Shikigami that does have the ability to give orbs. Not very well, but he does. And it's Lantern Soul right here. Lantern Soul. Which skill is it? Right there. He has a passive. When he is attacked, he has a 20% chance of gaining 1 orb. Okay. And then if you level the skill up to level 3, it goes up to a 30% chance. By the way, Lantern Boy here, or Lantern Soul here, is one of the few ends that actually has 3 skills. The other one is Akashita. And those are probably only 2 that are even remotely close to worth using, but they're still not really worth using. Okay, and then there's the Shiki, which is the one that everybody uses. He's the super popular one because he has trade-off. When you skill him up, he spends 20% of his health at level 3 on this to gain 3 orbs. Okay? And his first skill does damage and has a 50% chance of gaining 1 orb. And his passive, Serendipity, at the beginning of battle, she gains an extra 1 orb to start, and then if you skill that up, it goes up to 3 orbs to start. So it is important to skill up your Zashiki. Now, let's see, who else? Supplies, orbs. Is that he might be the only... Okay, right here. She's new. haven't even gotten her yet. I'm not sure if this is a she or a he, but passive skill. There's a 20% chance of getting an orb, and you can skill it up to level 3 and be 30%. So basically the same as the Lantern Soul. Let's move on to the SRs, and I think the only SR that can supply orbs is Ubisu. Ubisu is passive. 20% chance of receiving 1 orb when attacked. Level 3 goes up to 30% chance. So again, the same skill that the Lantern Soul has. And then if we move on to SSR, Tina here, Adonin, Anodon, I don't know. Sure, her name's Tina. Okay, her name's Tina. Just live with it. She has, let's see, her first skill has a 30% chance of absorbing 1 orb from the opponent. This is the kind of cool one. She has a 10% chance of lighting her lantern at the beginning of an ally's turn. This will cause the ally to be able to use any skill for 0 orbs, okay? And then if you skill it up all the way, it goes, so if you skill up to level 4, it goes up to 16%, but if you skill it up to level 5, it goes up to 40% chance, but that 40% chance is reduced by 3% for each orb you own. So, interesting there. Which sounds annoying at first, but when you think about it, if you have a lot of orbs, you don't need it anyways. And then her final skill is an AoE attack that does have a chance of absorbing 1 orb from the opponent. But that costs 3, but it does hit everybody too. So those are the Shikigamis that have the innate ability to provide orbs. Now there is another source of orbs. And actually, you know what? Before we get into the source of orbs, there's one other thing I want to talk about. There is another thing that you can do. You can build a lean team. And what I mean by a lean team is a team that doesn't need much orbs and only supplies some orbs. There are a few Shikigamis, such as Vampira here, who don't need many orbs because of her passive makes her first skill hit hard AF. Okay, like super hard. And that means she can do lots of damage and not spend any orbs. Now, to heal herself, she needs to spend 2 orbs, but she is basically a super cheap to run monster that can really crank out damage pretty good on single targets, and she's great to put on like Scarlet, so she counters too. And then the other one is Shutendoji here. His passive also makes his first skill super effective for 0 orbs. So you could even put the 2 of them together on a team, and the damage output can be really high without having a lot of orbs spent. Alright, next, you know what? Let's just stay in collection here and go to souls. There are a few souls that help provide orbs. Let's see here. First one right here, Azure Basin. It's highly recommended that somebody on your team has Azure Basin if you have a fast-moving team that is designed to wipe out the enemy quickly. If you have a super tanky, slow defense team, then you might not need Azure Basin, but it still may be very useful to you to get things going. What Azure Basin does is it gives you 3 extra orbs at the start of each round. Monsters like Shikigami are very good with Azure Basin. Now, the other soul set that provides orbs, in some ways is better than Azure Basin, in some ways not. If you have a round that's going to go a long time, then Fortune Cat is actually better than Azure Basin because it has a 50% chance of granting 2 orbs at the start of every single turn. So every single time your monster gets a turn, they had a 50% chance of getting 2 orbs if they're using Fortune Cat. So it's usually, if you have an orb-hungry team, it's recommended that you have 1 monster with Azure Basin and 1 monster with Fortune Cat. And Fortune Cat is more useful on very fast-moving Shikigamis. So the faster they are, the more turns they get, the more orbs they will be able to provide you. So that's about all I've got for today. I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about orbs and why they're important. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. That helps the channel out. If you did not enjoy the video, then leave me a comment. Let me know why. You know, if it's because my face is ugly or you don't like my voice, I don't care. You could tell me anyway, but I don't care. Because I don't. And then last, but definitely not least, if you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Come on, man, just get subscribed, please. I'm asking nice. I am. All right. You guys take it easy. Hope you have a good one. Peace out. Come on. What the F? What the heck? Just stop it.